The following video presentation is a production of RDK 3000 TriStar Video Studio Productions, a division of RDK 3000 TriStar. CR 2026, EY 1026, RDK VSP. All rights reserved.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
RDK 3000 TriStar Video Studio Productions, a division of RDK 3000 TriStar. Present. This is RDK 3000 TriStar Video 2026.2.
Anyhow Max G, apologies for interruption due to Nolan. This is we note this kitchen, this is I note you put in the latest appliances. Yes, Scott, this is you may note the cooktop, or Trixie is standing next to. Is it gas-electric combo? Electric, one side is ceramic. Trixie, careful, you just turned one of the burners on left side, being plasma flame, as right side is ceramic.
I Jeremy R wonder on the funky burners, as I note, not gas but electric plasma flame. Turning off the said burner as I do note, on the right, ceramic.
Correct, this is the oven is electric as well.
Plasma flame.
No, but it's a convention oven with warming tray on bottom.
Mark Zaniels, why are we at your house? Corey Zanders, I must get things from my room, as I am awaiting delivery of parcel to arrive from Altronic City, Tronica, any minute, as the subject is long as you may need to assist carrying it upstairs. What is it? And did you order it online? If so, how much, Raptor? Farah, new shelves for my room, and yes, it costs like 12 Elios 50 sickles, as it to come in next minute, so ensure the pathway is clear. Okay, Mark.
Nolan, I just wonder, you must had some rough times in the prior years as my cousin Tokia Wesley in another room sitting down sadly, with Gavin and Marcus, thinking on the memories back in 2020 to 2022, EY 1020 to 1022, this before the tronic domained millennium.
I want to see my parents again. Ugh.
Nolan. Oh my god.
Oh my. I Dr. Mark Danstart, MD, must check on him, clear the area while I check on him, as the indicator state no pulse, as the nurses are being notified.
Marcus, Tokyo, Gavin, although the doctors are trying to rescue him, I must inform this grim news. Nolan may be dead, however the doctors to tell the official news, so be on alert. Oh my god. I sure miss Nolan, as he may be gone for good.
Eep. I sure to miss Nolan, as I Marcus am saddened in this.
Oh no. I sure miss my cousin Nolan, as I have to inform Nolan's girlfriend, also to inform Kate and a squad crew from RDK 3000 TriStar in Elite City, soon.
Due to the news, we must postpone Adaraland Speedsters races and meets toward February 2026, Beta EY 1026, and call off the races for the rest of January or Alpha, just to pay respect to Nolan.
Hold up. The doctor may have some grim news.
I am Dr. Mark Danstart, MD. I must have to pass this grim news concerning fate of Nolan Doge Stan, He has since passed away at 4:20 p.m., 16:20, 88.8 EMT, 21:33 TRX Friday, January 16th, 2026 in Nilotas, Alpha 16th, EY1026, ED015. Efforts on recurvation has failed.
This is for you, Kate. Trexie must get you ready for supper. This is you to be having fish and chips with juice. Hold on.
Mitchell TE Gripter, telephone, line 1.
Hold on. I must get the telephone from the RDK TSR telephone system. To be back. Hang tight.
Evie, Mark X Gripter, report to room 350. Now.
Don't be too long. This as I note, 4:30, by the time on the wall as I read analog. Skittles.
Yes, Kate?
I wonder what with the buns on the table.
For fish burgers.
Sweet. This as I Kate must note, what type of fries?
Spril curly fries.
Yummy. This as I Kate note, for you Casper, or Scott, what we going to do this evening?
I Scott note, since today is Friday, meaning movie night, as we to rewatch said family movie from the 80s.
Yes, this is I Mickey D. Crypter, Mickey Daniels, Shaker also Kong have the movie to watch The Little Mermaid from the late 80s, from 1989, EY0989 as I do have the DVD of it, obtained since 2013, EY1013 since October or Kappa in which is a 3-disc combo, DVD, Blu-ray and digital copy.
Yes, as I Kong, Robert TV Crypto do have the video cassette of it. For some reason I find the original VHS version in decent condition as with the Betamax, Laserdisc and Video 8 medium formats once obtained in 1990, EY0990. Which format to watch? Betamax, Laserdisc, Video 8, VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, streaming?
DVD. Trixie, what's up?
Shaker, I must talk to Kate on important news. Kate. I Mitchell TE Crypter must share some important news concerning family member, as I got a hold of Gavin Dogeston. He told me to tell you this sad news that Nolan Dogeston has passed away at 4:20 today, just a dozen minutes ago. I was on the phone with Gavin on the news.
Oh my god. He sure is dearly missed.
Kate, I Skittles am deeply sorry on the loss of your relative.
This is the fax came in from Savage City Hospital to RDK 3000 TriStar Administration Office in which head leader Ryan M. Crypter told me to head to Administration Office to get the page from fax machine. This is I Mark X Crypter, must note. This is Nolan Doge Stan has passed away. This is I recall, this morning, Mark E. Crypter went in Savage City in which he to check with bro Scott ElitoStar in which he was with gaming friend, Max G, and friend Jeremy R. Mark E. Crypter noted Nolan laying down after hearing chatter as he had to investigate on the matter. He died at 4:20 p.m., 20 past 4 in the afternoon. 16:20 RDK ELC, 88.8 EMT, 21:33 TRX Friday, January 16th, 2026 in Nilotas, Alpha 16th, EY1026, ED015. Evie, Mark X Crypter, Mark Zarkshaw? Oh hey Mark Crexton, this is I note your bro, Rex Crexton, Rex CS Crypter, Tricer, has joined RDK 3000 TriStar, as he used to be part of ElitoTronix Telemedia. I Mark X Crypter gave him some coffee before I came to talk to the R3 Trex Kids fellow named Kate on important news. Before I came to kitchen to give the food to R3 Trex Kids in which afterward at 17:20, after I had something for my supper, chicken wraps, salad and low-calorie iced tea, as I came outside to head to my car only to see you. Are you going to see him? He is busy right now, and no wonder you have a new car. The tricks are, what happened to your other car, the Rebel Kitty PHEV? Gave it away to my older brother Corey as his other car was wrecked following banhammer incident on 2nd. As for my other brother Rex, I do have a gift to him. Okay, where is the present? In the hatch. I to open the hatchie for you, Mark X Cryptor, Mark Zarkshaw. It's in the gift bag.
I wonder on Nightlife in Elite City in 2026, EY1026 on Friday night compared to the previous year and compared to Savage City and Axedal, Tokyo. No wonder the Alarm 6 Latino restaurant is gone, replaced with Chicken Hut. Yes, Justin, this as I note what replaces the old location of Chicken Hut, ElitoCosta, as you should note ElitoCosta is now something else. I do note the signage for Canberra Telemedia Elitopian Bureau gets updated, and a few of these informational signage, including the year in question, Canberra Year KB.P21, for 2026, EY1026. Yes, as I do note ElitoCosta confirmed replacing old spot of Chicken Hut, as Chicken Hut is on other side of street adjacent to Water Park and Drive-In Theater, this being Tropical Restaurant. I sure miss the days of ElitoCosta. However, I know you smoke but you can't smoke in here, unless if there's areas designated for smoking maybe at the patio, as we to ask the waiter on the matter. We to have beer, maybe get some food to eat as we hadn't eat for dinner yet, maybe soft drink? Yes, I am hungry, as we must discuss on today's developments involving Nolan, and look ahead for next month. Justin, no wonder Nolan to be deeply missed. Yes, Tokyo as I Justin wonder, he must have mixed some medicine with antifreeze, even overdosing on the over-the-counter medication, including those who cure pain, cold, and allergies. Yes, as I note, some broken glass bottles of beer and wine, also a glass vase. Why'd he used a vase toward him, throw it in air with flowers, then it fell and bashed onto his head with water and flowers? This explains the mess with puddle and flowers plus broken glass.
Oh dear, I do feel sorry for the loss of your friend, as I Mark Crexton wonder, the action regarding the vase is bizarre. He would have leave the vase with flowers, perhaps roses, and tulips, alone as that shouldn't get ruined. This as I was in Savage City earlier today and note the aftermath, as I note the roses and tulips that gets ruined, thus I had to head to the office to inform the subject involving Nolan after talking to friend. Now, the apartment unit is now vacated since Nolan is dead, the unit gets evicted and rent terminated.
Mark Crexton, how old are you and where do you reside?
I am 20 years old, I reside in Elite City, Federal District, Synergy Kingdom of Elitopia, on 93 Canberra Street West, at city's downtown next to the Elito-Trexstars where the Redyars used to reside, in which they moved to Hindu Town District. And the Daniels, as you may note, my house with the JDM car in subject when driving down said street, plus the 2026 Flex Trixr PHEV, in which the Trixr plug-in hybrid PHEV is at driveway as I walked to ElitoCosta.
I do note your house, as I Tokyo note the car. The same car Dewey Tudball used to drive, the Nissan Skyline GT-R R34, but tuned and repainted it?
Yes, this is my friend who lives in Elite City, in which he's Alex Trix-Zion, 21, residing next door to my friend Smith Raidzer's house and across the street from the Elito Stars, Kai Stars, my friend Verwatuki's house and Zyla Stars. Oh, thank you Alex TXZ for turning on the TV.
No problem, Mark, as I drive the said car, 2026 Flex 9E, BEV, and the other car, Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 9, the one Savage Siston and Savage Sistico used to drive, but my Evo is brought from auction in Elite City last few months.
I just wonder that one gets sold for 100,000 Elios, 400,000 sickles at auction and Christmas auction. Alex was the highest bidder.
Yes, this is I sold a more expensive car of the Limbo of 500,000 Elios to the fellow, to get the cash to get the Trixie-R and the GT-R, fellow from Savage City, as he is part of Adrenaline Speedsters being a mid-2000s decade Limbo.
Yes, being 2006 Lamborghini Gallardo Coupe with 520 PS, 510 Nm, 400 meter and 12.1 at 193 km per hour, tops out at 315 kph, 0 to 100 kph, in 4.0. I Alex Trix-Zion must need a closer look of subject behind the oh my what the jumble bumblebee. Topless female exposed breasts on cam behind them result in auto sensor instacut to RDK TV. Mark Crexton, stop DVR recording VWG2 now.
DVR already in use for EWE Friday Night SmackDown.
Alex, what just happened?
Topless surprise at EDA on cam at 6:45 PM result in auto sensor on VWG2 and on Arrow and Vero. Feed auto cut to RDK TV. Mark E. Crypter on TV explaining what just happened.
At RDK 3000 TriStar main global headquarters in Elite City, Federal District, Elitopia. We must pass this programming alert to you. Tonight's episode of VWG2N to conclude. To repeat, tonight's episode of VWG2N, Season 2026, Episode 16, needs to conclude this as VWG2N Extra also needs to conclude over such event. This over nudity that sets off ETXTM auto sensor as topless female exposed breasts in background without attention to the correspondence. This is not a triple deck act in Canberra Spinel, TGM or primal dozenal timekeeping in countdown to event or in clock mode, as upon auto sensor, rather than slide. Instantly cuts to RDK TV feed that result in alarms at master control R in code ARD and VRD in addition to code T as I Mark E. Crypter, Mark ElitoStar was informed by RDK TV SP producers of the event. Since this also occurred during VWG2N Extra, that show for tonight needs to conclude. VWG2N hosts has been reassigned to cover for the said match. I and Mark ElitoTrap said, as told by Elito GR-net as the match is popular and trending as it's red hot as it to be aired on Aero Breeze, Aero Vision, and Vero Plus via Elito GR-net on the Ion Neo Aero GR Force, Z Fuel. ZGR Esports Gamer Battle Frosty Blitz 2026, EY1026, in best of 5 in Tron Laurent, VITAO Elitus.pro vs Aero Gamers E to occur at top of the hour 1900 hours RDK ELC, 00.0 EMT, 0000 TRX, Friday January 16th, 2026, Priorities, Alpha 17th, EY1026. ED016 through Elito GR-net game day live tonight but won't be aired on Vero Television as RDK 3000 TriStar Today Prime anchored by me, Mark E. Crypter, Mark ElitoStar at RDK Newsline, Studio RDE, in Asylum Cast to be priority on Vero and Arrow, the hosts to be back tomorrow. I am Mark E. Crypter, Mark ElitoStar signing off as for Aero Vision, Aero Breeze, and Vero Plus. We hand off to GDL2N as for Vero, and RDK TV. We to take a programming break then we hand off to filler programming. This has been VWG2N. Goodbye.
You are permanently banned. Forever. For life.
Now, I mark Crexton note of 2 events inbound, one at the top of the hour regarding EY1026 in Legacy Alpha ElitoCal and another 15 minutes prior at Epic's GR Expo 26. This is I to head to one spot as I go in my 2026 Flex Tricks R, as the Rebel Kitty, my brother Corey is now owner of it. As his other car gets inadvertently destroyed by edge of banhammer when Divito Pauli's hockey team player was in close proximation back on second. On same minute VWGT set gets destroyed in which advertently affected Jinx Films set as my other bro who's host of the said show gets angered and quit ElitoTronics Telemedia and joined RDK 3000 TriStar, being Rex Crexton, Rex CS Cryptor, Tricer. Thankfully the new set for Jinx Films was debuted last Monday with new host, Melissa Rinkzulian, sister of my friend Jeremy R who cosplayed as Rebel Kitty for New Year's Eve event 3 weeks ago. This is since RDK TV has paused the VWG2 and Xylem cast as Trex Vision 8 and Breeze Vision 3 plus R8664 Vision ends the VWG2 and Xylem cast and Xylem casts RDK TV while Jinx TV does the same as well but Xylem casting Jinx 24, and Triangle TV Xylem casting Elito News 24 Deck Mill. This is Aerovision and Vero Television's Virtual World and Gaming tonight to present the VWG2 and cast of Elito GR-Net Game Day live tonight toward next several minutes until the VWGT hosts are available, as others airing esports coverage, through Elito GR-Net Game Day live tonight as RDK TV, Jinx TV, R8664 Vision, Triangle TV, Trex Vision 8 and Breeze Vision 3 does not air the esports match on said networks, also to prioritize on other event to occur at 1900 hours RDK ELC while ElitoCosta TV ends the VWG2 and Xylem cast just now in airs amended programming we just learned. This being the special sponsored esports match Gamer Battle, Z-Fuel, ZGR, Esports Gamer Battle Epic Siege 2026, EY1026, NTS 1000 and 1.1, TVD 2003 of VITAO Elitus.Pro or Elito Vitality Pro TUS and GR-X as this is the first time the duos compete since merger of GR-X. As they compete in best of 5 encounter Blitz Striker 2, over at Epic's GR Expo 2026, EY1026 at Elito Utrecht Center. We have to pass you a programming alert. Tonight's VWG2N episode needs to conclude as the match is so popular as Raymond Blake from Elito GR-Net said, the match is trending as it's red hot. The VWG2N hosts needs to be reassigned to cover the match as the VWG2N cast of this ends up GDL2 and Xylem cast as the match coverage to continue for the evening. To repeat, tonight's VWG2N episode needs to conclude with our esports coverage. This is the esports match kicks off as we hand off to the commentators Quartz, Mark Elito Trap, and Cosmos. What? How does it ends up RDK TV Xylem cast? I'm Mark Z Cryptor, Mark Zaniels, Raptor Learn, producer mishap as the correct feed gets used on Elito GR-Net on the esports match. We have learned from RDK TVSP as code BRD and ARD gets in force, as they noted it, as I learned from TrollX, Richard RS Cryptor, Richard Raystar, they are requesting Vero and Arrow to take over the coverage, as we must pass on a programming alert update as we are joined with those on RDK TV. I am Mark Z Cryptor, Mark Zaniels, Raptor from RDK 3000 TriStar over at RDK Newsline Studio RDE at Magic Board at RDK 3000 TriStar main global headquarters at Elito Square in Elite City, Federal, District, Elitopia. With a programming alert for RDK 3000 TriStar television service also for Aerovision and Vero Television for those just tuning in, this is we have a programming alert to pass to you. We regret to inform you tonight's episode of VWG2N needs to conclude. This is the VWG2N hosts need to be reassigned to cover for GDL2N since the esports match of VATP vs GRX to be trending and popular as it's red hot as this announcement was made shortly after the VWG2N cast of the esports match ends airing Elito GR-Net Game Day live tonight. But we learn, mishap by producer Silum cast RDK TV over esports coverage on Vero and Arrow, as Elito GR-Net aired the correct feed, due to popularity of other event as it's trending as it's also red hot right now regarding the new EliteYear in Legacy-alfa, Crystal Kingdom, calendar of EY, DZ. 7 Grove DOS 6, EY 1026, on the Legacy Elito calendar in past millennia, we requested Vero and Arrow to continue RDK TV Silum cast toward Vero News/Arrow News 10 o'clock at 2200 hours RDK ELC. I am Mark Z Cryptor, Mark Zaniels, Raptor signing off, as the VWG2N hosts to return tomorrow.
VWG2N is a joint production of Vero and Arrow, part of Synergy Media, a division of ElitoTronics Telemedia with contributions from ABM and INMC produced in association with ElitoTronics Telemedia. International distribution in partnership with ElitoTech and Rio Sign. Trinity, Triangle TV, INMC, Ion Neo GR Vision, ABM, Arrow ESP-Net, KBMK, KBG Respex, NITRM, Trony Explosivision, R8664 Vision, Neon Media, DBG. Distributed by Yumikumo, Elito Kawaii TV, Jinx Media, Jinx TV, TXVA, BZV Free, and RDK 3000 TriStar Telestudio Productions, a division of RDK 3000 TriStar. CR 2026, EY 1026, NTS 1001.1, TDE 2003, TXY 26, RYE 66, RMY 24.1, RDZ 4 DOS 7, 55, AEY 1001, NIY 401, KP 21, KSD Grove 2 DOS 6, 178, all rights reserved. Unauthorized distribution, transmission and reproduction of the broadcast is prohibited. This is audio radio simulcast of RDK TV. On 95.00 MHz on FM band, 900 kHz on AM, MW band EL, RDKT, FM/AM, 9800 kHz on shortwave, 65 kHz on long wave, satellite radio and DAB voice continuity, Rex CX Cryptor, Rex Crexton, Tricer. Coming up next for tonight, RDK 3000 TriStar Today Prime Edition by 1900 hours RDK ELC, followed by Trex 8 News Simulcast from Trex Vision 8 at 2000 RDK ELC, then back to RDKTS RT Prime at 2100 RDK ELC. Then at 2200 RDK ELC is rebroadcast of RDK Pokemon Logical Elitopia from original airing at 2000 RDK ELC on RDK Poke. Tonight's episode to be Team Zero's Meow, hosted by Chris K. Cryptor, Chris Kaistar. Zaker as the original host is on assignment and unable to host but to be available in tomorrow's broadcast. Marky Cryptor, Mark ElitoStar to anchor RDKTS RT Solo.
Hello, I'm Grass-type Jim and Gala, Wigo's first launch in Pokemon Logical.
I'm Nessa, I'm Water-type Jim and Gala, Wigo's first launch in Pokemon Logical. I'm Vega, I am Fire-type Jim and Gala, Wigo's first launch in Pokemon Logical.
I'm Leon, I am Champions of Gala region, Wigo's to Pokemon Logical, every weeknight at 2000 hours RDK ELC, 04.1ENT, 0100 TRX, Pokemon Logical ElitoYear, tonight on RDK Poke.
This in which I mark Crexton to follow up on said episode once I head home. This is I to go to one spot.
Jim and Gala, Wigo's first launch in Pokemon Logical.
I'm Nessa, I am water-type Jim and Gala, Wigo's first launch in Pokemon Logical. I'm Vega, I am fire-type Jim and Gala, Wigo's first launch in Pokemon Logical.
I'm Leon, I am Champions of Gala region. We goes to Pokemon Logical. Every weeknight at 2000 hours RDK ELC 04.1 EMT 0100 TRX. Pokemon Logical ElitoPX. Tonight on RDK Pokemon.
Rococo.
Yes, Maxi?
The esports match gets contested already, but there's another event to occur at 7 o'clock.
What is it, Max Jefferson?
New EliteYear EY1026 in the legacy-alfa calendar, you know, mother of Queen Omega, late Queen Crystal, has developed the calendar using the leap month format of 15 maces per year, in which in leap is 16, as this is the final day of the leap month, where the successor of Queen Crystal, King Trenton, who's an Elito-Splix, developed the calendar of the Splix calendar, of 16 months of 32 days, also the solar calendar, with the new EliteYear on the Legacy B being first Elito-Splix month of the solar year, in which the most recent, occurred back on 14th. The new Elito-Splix year to occur the following Elito-Splix month in a mace's time, on Duo Splix Ms, and Biama's 2nd, Navidas Nilotas Beta 16th EY1026, ED045 and Sunday February 15th, 2026. It to be Elito-Splix year 732 or 1334 in octal, ESY Osic show triotic trick aquadio.
No offense, it to occur eve of new Gyatricant of the Tronic Legacy of NTS 1001.7 as Sigma toward Aquani on 2742 ATR E on February 19th, and a lunation toward new Nyasekant VS2500 on March 16th, just 2 days toward Lunar New Year of Year of Horse on February 17th, 2026.
Correct, Rococo, as I Richard into note Lunar New Year of Horse and new Nyasekant of VS2500 to be celebrated across the TDU, mostly in the Chinatown districts for Lunar New Year, even in my home place Aristar. Eritopia, but the Elito-Splix year to be confined to Elitopia only, as it won't be observed across rest of the TDU. Correct, Richard into as I Steve Ricksaw note, the new Elito-Splix year to be celebrated in one Xenopolian city close to Elitopian Xenopolian border, make that 2, Loverville and Craig State in Xenopolian's northwest, and one other, Dantopolis in Dant State. Xenopolia, but Xenopolis City and rest of Xenopolia to keep the NYE systems off, as with EY1026 and Legacy Alpha and Bravo on the calendars in past several centuries, as Xenopolis City, Capital District, Xenopolia where I reside won't celebrate subject at 6 o'clock, PM Xenopolis City time being 7 o'clock. PM Elite City time. This 24 hours after Xeno24 updated the graphics package as Xeno24 in fact to have coverage with Silumcast Elito News 24 Deck Mill.
Correct Steve, as I Andrew Smith note, it's 6:57 here, 5:57 in Xenopolis City as the subject is less than 3 minutes, in fact, a dozenal, or minor on the clock to the event.
They are right, this as I check the taskbar clock on ZOS, even switch on seconds on my laptop, while monitoring the esports match, as I chatted with fans during live stream, they are hyped on event at 7 o'clock PM, 1900 hours, 00.0 EMT, 0000 TRX also on February 15th, 2026 or Beta 16th, EY1026.
Yes, anyhow no wonder Viteo Willitusbro is in a swift showdown, leading toward round 6, 3-1. Bam! Oh my god! Bam! 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 Oh my god! GRX, they just cut the VATP lead by 1, 3-2 VATP.
Good game. Now we must keep it up in round 6, as we must tie up map score 3-3 and to stop VATP lead 4-2.
Yes, however we must need to impose game pause or do the process quick to end round 6 by 7 o'clock, due to one of the roster of GRX to go into ER for new EliteYear EY1026 in Legacy Alpha.
KanborUnions. This is Rex X Cryptor, Rikikan, Rex Zarkers, Divisional Leader of RDK 3000 TriStar KanborD Unit Division in KanborD City's Canbertronic District. Be aware of event non-KanborD on 2 fronts. Event 1 at 0500 hours KBTS 22 star E on KB.P21. Kalaki 2 Dozenal 5 KBDZT from outside KBFK and Canber World from Elitopia and TDU Zone under TDU-S. NYE event on EY1026 in Legacy Alpha calendar using the variant of the Canber Spinel solar calendar with base of 1st star Eon, January, or Alpha with epoch at start of EliteYear 0. 1000 AD, BKP 1005. RDK GON won't celebrate as per KBSKO policy. Event 2 being GR event on esports held in Elite City Metro, as details was sent via fax moments after esports match gamer battle start at 0452 KBTS on kickoff of gaming convention, match start since 0445 KBTS, 1845 RDK ELS, 98.9 EMT, 2375 TRX. Match score, scoreless. VATP/EVPT, 0, GRX, 0, BO5, Counter Blitz Striker 2, Map 1, Round 5 concluded, Map score, 3-2 EVPT.
I do note on the gaming convention as one KanborUnions-based player who emigrated to Elito land, who compete for EVPT in esports. This has gotten attention to some of KanborUnions on esport, but the rest don't mind on it, as the KanborUnions as whole does not mind on other subject in relation to non-KanborUnions NYE event.
Yes, this as I heard report on the TV, even KB News 24 Deck Mill, subject at 0500 KBTS. This as for the other event, I am closely monitoring the esports match as it gets heated already. Looks like KanborUnions based player, who resides from Elite City, Elitopia, he is on the roll, with cousins in KanborD City. Now I heard the subject on the TV as KanborUnions are not in the area, regarding final countdown.
I can abundantly learn, they are not heading to alarm pull stations, as I told them not to do it if they to head to said car, as you must go to the said car soon.
KanborUnions Kapion, KanborLazuli, good call. KanborLazuli, watch for my broken 2000, Robert X Cryptor in his car. He is just departing RDK 3000 TriStar KanborD Unit Division, look for his 2026, KB.P21, Canber Motors KZR, branded in other markets, 2026, TDE 2003 TRD Swifty X, and 2026, EY1026 Flex Z Corsa Plus 2026 Weber Hi-Fi. He is in the PHEV, plug-in hybrid trim. This is Corey E. Cryptor, KanborCat monitors networks, as I heard TV, fireworks going off in ELS and Elitopia for the subject right off the bat, and none in KanborD City as RDK GON NYE systems remain off. KanborD Kapion, update on KanborUnions post-event.
They do not celebrate the subject as they are in the vehicle, they to be heading to Canber Fictional Central Headquarters, they to be en route starting by 0505 KBTS.
Good. Kin 2000? Yes, Rikikan. KanborUnions to be heading to KBFK at 0505K. Go head to nearest KFSAVN next to KBKIP/KIP/HWT net 4 KanborUnions Bureau for your breakfast, then follow the KanborUnions. Okay, hold up, news flash, KBGRESP, GRX over celebrating subject for EY1026 in Leg Alpha during active esports battle, is the TV tuned to KB News 24, Deck Mill? No, tuned to RDK TV main via TD Vision, hold on for a few, Robert. We have this esports alert to pass to you. We have learned. This results in over-celebration of esports team GR-X. As we learn, some hidden Easter egg has fired in the map they compete in map 1 of Counter-Blitz Striker 2, in which includes celebratory effects. In which one esports player for GR-X noted as he gets excited and over-celebrated, even led to entire roster over-celebrating in-game, then physically, in which led to game pause by VITAO Elitus.pro and attention to esports admins, as they say, led to match disruption. As the match needs start over in different video game, as Counter-Blitz Striker 2 is banned to compete during the gaming convention, as they announce video game swap, as it's now best of 5, DogeBowl on Icons 2, to repeat, best of 5 and DogeBowl on Icons 2. This result in intermission by at least half hour as the match to start over at 19:30 RDK ELC, to repeat, match to start over at 19:30 RDK ELC at the earliest. This as we learn, substitute to fill in for Anovi. This as we learn, the esports player, from GR-X. Anovi is now suspended from esports for 6 months until July 2026, GTA EY1026. This being an ENKP.P21, as the match gets to start over in different video game, as you may have heard the RDK TSRT report, to start 0530 KBTS, in which KanborUnions version of the video game to be competed in the next Canberra Olympics Spring 2026. KanborUnions KB.P21. Same video game gets competed since midnight KBTS, 1400 hours venue time in DogeBowl and Dogeland, city of Metropolis, in the Cyber Jam Esports Masters 2026 Grand Finals, GR-Z and Demon Force, tied at 2, late in Game 5, as I check, GR-Z leading, they are into Spinel and Pixel power plays. This unlike Bowen power play in League of Legends.
This unlike the same format for the Pekka and Gemstonia series of IOTA's esports event, in which they compete in the Canberra-ized version of said video game. Concerning the match held outside Canberra World, as you mentioned, Canberra Olympics 2026, KB.P21. The spring series confirmed to start eve prior to Pi 314 day.
This being surfed at a 13th Finian KB.P21 as I note the website, in Canberra-ish. However, one of the matches occur on eve of the new Nyasekant VS2500 on Carloida-Topeka Coda, 15th to 16th Finian KB.P21. I am Mark X Cryptor from Elite City, Elitopia at RDK 3000 TriStar main HQ, this being afternoon to evening in Elite City on Sunday, March 15th, 2026, and after Choi 75 to 80 on Quad Dis Gamma 13th, EY1026, ED073, Gamma 1st on EDC, or EDK, toward early on Pent Dis Gamma 14th, EY1026, ED074. This into early of initial Hex Week 16th Mesa of Canberra Spinel dozen year KSD, Grove 2 DOS Deck, 12A, or 12Z in KB Modern, 178. Almost a week after the conclusion of the gaming convention in Silver City, Croj-Napoca down south, Tronic Diamond Gamer Expo 2026, EY1026, NTS 1001.1, TDE 2003. CJE/KJE 988, KB.P21, starting Thursday, February 19th, 2026, link in Oda 19th Mabaloza KB.P21, Quad Dis Beta 20th, EY1026, ED049, on first day of 15th Mesa of Canberra Spinel DogeBowl, Mesa 1 DOS 3 KSD 12A, Trida Kilo 27th, 988 CJE/KJE. 5's Day Quarter Day Beta 20th, TDE 2003, 1 mil 1 thou 145 MTS, TD 2003-K21-EY1026-2026-049, ending by 0s day per day prior dis hex deserfted in Epchita Friday, 6th Finan/March, Gamma 4th and Lam 12th, ED/SD064 on a 160 of 2026, EY1026, KB.P21. KB.SDY12A, Grove 2 DOS Deck, 178 in Desi, TDE 2003 and NTS 1001.1 plus CJE, KJE 988 a Metri week toward VS 2500 and NS 25.0. This is Sarah J.D. Cryptor, Divisional Leader of RDK 3000 TriStar Croj-Napoca Unit Division visiting Elite City, Elitopia for the week, gave me the brochures of the event, also told me the first matches of the gaming convention, in fact, to start off the Tronic Diamond Esports Spring Duel for TDU1 and TDU2 based teams on day 1, Thursday, February 19th, 2026, link in Oda 19th Mabaloza KB.P21, Quad Dis Beta 20th, EY1026, ED049. On first day of 15th Mesa of Canberra Spinel DogeBowl, Mesa 1 DOS 3 KSD 12A, Trita Kilo 27th, 988 CJE/KJE, 5 Day Quarter Day Beta 20th, TDE 2002, 1 mil 1 Thou 145 MTS, 2003/049 at 500 Kiotrokants, 1900 hours Silver City, NKBTS, 50.0 EMT, 1200 TRX. 705 CJXT/KJXT, or KBDZT, 0800 hours RDK-ELC/ELS, Cloud X Esports taking on esports team based in Silver City, CJ Epics or KJ, Epics. They to take on in best of 5 in said video game to be competed 1930R, 0530K, 0030Z also in progress in Neon Dogetopia since 0000K, 1500R, 1900Z. Yes, Mark X Cryptor, but you got the time wrong, 7 o'clock, AM Elite City time, 0700 hours for Choi 50 and Desi Newt 1200. This is Corey Z Cryptor, Corey Zanders, Farah must wonder on Operation 25B, T-Stop, are you going to recruit more of the RDK 3000 TriStar staff and volunteers to join for the operation? The RDK 6 led by Drexter S Cryptor and Jessica J Cryptor, also Trexer, Zenzi Cryptor and the Xylostars, even those who are not RDK 3000 TriStar staff including Steve Xylostar who are RDK TSR volunteers. The Trex friends, Treexies, Slackers, Zenpok, and the rest, led by Trexer, Zenzi Cryptor and Treexy Z Cryptor to be volunteers of Operation 25B T-Stop. Retrex crew plus Swift and Rikai to be volunteers who stop acts in Doge City and Neon City up north but to be reassigned for operation in Elite City with Ryo S Cryptor on eve of the Elito-Splix year during visit. Daniel Z Cryptor, Kirby, Shaker, and Kong also join in. Correct Evie, this is Raptor, Mark Z Cryptor, Mark Zaniel's note, even mass radio and television advert campaign on promotion of Operation 26B. T-Stop in which gets endorsed by Elito Diamond, Elito Force, and Elito Shield.
Poopy diaper baby. Ugh, I can't stand on a gassy odor. I can't stand on furries and diapers. I hate you. You are going down, but with a twist. Excuse me, apologies for photobombing, but they need to be dealt with. Shahib Shah, return the TV camera now. This is for the audience. They are not to be trusted. As for the
this is producer Chris Arrowillet.
Hydra.
Oh my god.
This is a Vero television programming notice. VWGT episode termination notice.
You are no longer allowed at ElitoTrek Center. Take this. You are permanently banned indefinitely from ElitoTrek Center. Goodbye.
This is code DR is in effect. This is in compliance to RDK TSR protocols following attempted attack to R3 Trex kids. Tonight's VWG2 Asylum cast to be preempted on RDK TV as the code DR is in effect throughout the weekend ending next Monday. This as the usher has dealt with the diapered furry hater, as he gets kicked out and permanently banned from ElitoTrek Center, but the force of the kick was so great, it violated policies by the staff, as the usher, as we learn, gets suspended for 14 days for excessive punitive acts as the banned markings were present on him as he was airborne as he landed into rear of 2026 Flex Trix parked next to vape shop as the ban hammer whacks at the Trix, causing destruction in effect and killing the person responsible for the event. As we learn, the owner, driver of the Trix, gets furious as he vents on subject being customer at the vape shop, and the markings on the other vehicle also inside and outside the store. The vape store to be shut toward next week for cleanup and marking removal. This as we show live view of the scene as of current. This as the vehicle involved is the 2001 BMW M8, with the markings on it, owned by the owner of the shop. This is for the squad in diapers. They are safe as the TV camera is a total loss, resulting in thousands of Elios in damages as Hydrox fought back and goes on to rampage in revenge using the macro car as the bully gets run over by the macro car as the squad undergoes Operation Bumblebee, then gets recalled back to RDK TSR HQ. This is the incident ended today's episode of VWGT as the show cannot continue for the day. This as the fire alarm is a false alarm over at ElitoTrek Center as the fire bells has been silenced as the personnel was told not to evacuate as Elite City Fire Department and Alarm Corp has been notified. This as the incident has delayed one esports match to evening, as the product presentation by Tron GR is postponed to tomorrow over the incidents. However, this does not affect the mood at the Elite City Convention Center on the Outdoor Adventure Marine Expo, as we do await new product release being new kayak and gear including life jacket, helmet, goggles, cap, wetsuit, and splash jacket. Also newest stores to be showcased later on in the afternoon at 16:30 RDK ELC. The related product regarding the kayaks placed on top of the 2026 EY1026 Flex Trix X, PHEV plug-in hybrid, and Rebel Kitty Cross E-Assist mild hybrid. Towing the new jet ski from Flex Marines introduced in the past hour, being hydrogen fuel cell electric range extender. We have urgent breaking news in an RDK 3000 TriStar alert at 14:45 RDK ELC. This as we have witnessed, the van hammer was whacked at the vape shop and the BMW, as it resulted in destruction and the effects that followed. I am learning now, from Chris Capeter and Smith DSR Crypto, intruder alarm, and fire alarms going on at ElitoTrek Center and Elite City Convention Center. And false active action of shark alarms and boat alarms, even ship horns as alarms, some sounding the muster alarms. Trex siren has been fired. Trex siren has been fired. As a requirement to inform you the following, for those watching in Elite City, you may be aware of the Trex siren going off at rooftop of RDK 3000 TriStar main HQ. This is not a roll call alarm. To repeat, this is not a roll call alarm, as this is for the Retrex Swift Punch to summon a new user. As for the public, do not call the police. Repeat, do not call the police on the Trex siren. Do not call 888 emergency or alternate for TDU 112. Do not call 888 or 122. Misuse of emergency services is a crime and result in fines and jail time. This is Trexer. Trex C. Crictor has sounded the Trex alarm. To repeat, do not call the cops, 888 or 112, and in Doge City and Union City. This is RDK 3000 TriStar Today Prime Edition. I am Mark E. Cryptor. Mark ElitoStar reporting live from RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline News Center Studio RDE at RDK 3000 TriStar main global headquarters in Elite City, Federal District, Elitopia. The headlines this evening.
Too bad due to the incident at 1:35 this afternoon, I had to go tomorrow regarding the gaming convention as I update my profile pic on Rosscourt and other social media platforms. And Sasse make new clothes and dye my hair, and at least skin my headphones with add-ons. This as I to give it a glow up for 2026, EY1026. This as I to show my fame tomorrow with the OPIX GR Expo 2026 at the Elito Center, also to note the other expo at the convention center adjacent. This as I just finished painted my car, my Citrix Hybrid. This as once I visit the expo tomorrow, since I sometimes play some Gamr-talk. This as I to get insight on the video game, and maybe tomorrow or over the weekend, to compete with my friends, even July the gaming live streamers, Mark Kunestrax, Richard Ainto from Aerotopia, Scott ElitoStar, and Tuesday Napoleon gaming live streamers visiting for some badass Gamr-talk. This in the LAN party. This in their team as my team to be me, Krinkles, Wawatuki, Daniel Rayitzer, a few of his friends and former sports player, who done good at Elito NYE26, Trixie.
Vision 3, ElitoCosta TV, Triangle TV, Trony Explosi Vision plus R8664 Vision in Xylem Cast. It has been a busy news day in the afternoon, also wild stock market action in Taxico as we begin with developing news as we at RDK Newsline continue to follow a developing story from Elite City in a market alert. 5 killed, 2 in the car, 3 in the vape shop in the Banhammer incident as the events for the Elito Outdoor Adventure Marine Expo and Epix GR Expo 2026. EY1026 is postponed until tomorrow as today's event gets concluded. Early cleanup gets underway as Elito Rexenture and Elite City Convention is shut while cleanup is underway, it to reopen tomorrow. This is the vape shop and the owner plus BMW and brother who's responsible for the attempted attack to furries in diapers is permanently banned, technically, person responsible karma, punished to death, in which the vape shop and the car was destroyed and the surrounding areas a mess. This results in vape stocks plummet before the emergency trading freeze for 10 sessions with exception of Taxican stocks as the vape stocks plummet 60%. This brings other stocks in the Dakota stocks plummet as with the index tumbling 28% at the close as the Taxican president issues financial emergency, and the central bank cuts interest rates to 0 in the past few hours, despite the TR-DAX, Xenodex, ECSX and ElitoDAC closing higher for today but off the all-time highs. This due to 300% Banhammer tariff, some say as Banhammer tax, on vapes but only temporary for 14 days. This as the Banhammer tariffs rule gets amended only to target specific industries and sectors, reducing from the wide area tariff imposed for first time last week after Banhammer incident wrecked the tuning shop and car related to fire at another tuning shop next to DLTS in Elite City. This is the admission prices for tomorrow's events regarding the expo, and items related to events will not skyrocket for Banhammer tariff but prices to lower thanks to vendor to impose discount to attract visitors for tomorrow's event by the vendors due to special events at gaming convention and the Outdoor Adventure Marine Expo, to make up for lost effort thanks to this afternoon's events. Just last hour, Elitopian government also Queen Omega plus the Xenopolian government and TDU Council to give financial support to Taxico. This after diapered furry hater who almost caused harm to R3 Trex kids, furries in diapers with TV camera that caused damage to TV camera result in feed for VWGT in which show gets axed and VWG2N production halt for tonight in request from TDTCA for DFPA compliance. Plus false fire alarm at Elito Rex Center as the TV camera rammed into fire alarm pole station. All that and more coming up on RDK 3000 TriStar Today Prime Edition, coming up at top of the hour at 1900 hours RDK ELC on RDK 3000 TriStar television service. Code VGR and AGR has been fired. Vero and Aero simulcasting Elito GR Net Game Day live today, and VWG2N cast Marky have told, as the VWG2N hosts are en route to spot to cover for remainder of the show, as the show to return by match start, 1848 RDK ELC. Code TRD has been fired. This is Trex Vision 8 and Breeze Vision 3 is simulcasting RDK TV as we welcome to the viewers of TXV8 and BZV3. I am Mark E. Cryptor from RDK 3000 TriStar from Studio RDE. Over at RDK 3000 TriStar Main HQ in Elite City, Federal District, Elitopia. We also want to give a late welcome to the streamers at R8664 Vision, as we have to pass on a programming alert for viewers of RDK TV, TXV8, BZV3 and R86 Viz on VWG2N episode termination notice. We regret to inform you that tonight's episode of VWG2N needs to conclude. To repeat, tonight's episode of VWG2N needs to conclude. This is the esports match gamer battle of Cloud X Esports and GR-Z. Gets trending as of late as it's so popular as it is so red hot. The VWG2N hosts en route to spot at Elito-Rex Center to be reassigned to cover the esports match gamer battle in ZGR-Z Fuel. Esports Gamer Battle Tronini and DogeBowl 2026, EY1026 for Elito GR Net Game Day live tonight, as it gets slated to continue for the evening on Vero and Aero Plus distributors carrying VWG2N except RDK TV, TXV8, BZV3, R86 Viz and Jinx TV. As a result, RDK 3000 TriStar Today to be extended in 2-hour newscast in 2-part with pause for Trex 8 News 8 o'clock simulcast on RDK TV via Trex Vision 8 at 2000 hours RDK ELC, then return to RDK TSRT at 21h. The hosts to return for tomorrow's VWGT and VWG2N. This also warrants VWG2N Extra to conclude as the GDL2N Silumcast to conclude on Vero Plus and Aero Breeze as Silumcast on RDK ESP Net 3 to halt. International distribution under with ElitoTech and RioSign. VWG2N is a production of Vero and Aero, under by Synergy Media, produced in association with ETXTM, Assistants from ABM and INMC. Distribution, Jinx Media, Yumi Kumo, Trinity, KBMK, NITRM, R86 Viz, TXV8, BZV3, DBG, Neon Media, and RDK 3000 TriStar Telestudio Productions, a division of RDK 3000 TriStar, CR, 2026, EY1026. KB.P21, KB.SDY12A, TXY26, RYE66. All rights reserved. Trex Vision 8 has also amended programming lineup after RDK TV, as we have a late programming notice that Trex Vision 8 to be airing Trex 8 News 8 o'clock, as that is to be airing in Silumcast on RDK 3000 TriStar television service at 2000 hours RDK ELC, in which RDK TSRT to be in pause, as we to return to RDK TSRT after Trex 8 News at 2100 hours RDK ELC. This is for those concerning the GRX and CX Esports coverage within RDK TSR network from source feed, main, RDK ESP Net 1 and on RDK TSR radio service 4, Excite feed on RDK ESP Net 2, Mini-Map feed on RDK ESP Net 3. This is the esports match gamer battle to start as its best of 5 and Dozagi of Onitgans 2 as RDK 3000 TriStar Today to start early as we join with the rest of the RDK TSR info networks as we are powered up always, radio, television, streaming and more, plus in R8664 Vision and on Trex Vision 8 and Breeze Vision 3 in the Silumcast as RDK 3000 TriStar Today Prime Edition starts now in 5 Choi Part 1. For Friday, January 23rd, 2026 in Priotas Biatas, Alpha 23rd to 24th, EY1026, ED 022 to 023. I am Mark E. Cryptor, Mark ElitoStar from RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline News Center Studio RDE. Over at RDK 3000 TriStar Main Global Headquarters at Elito Square in Elite City, Federal District, Synergy Kingdom of Elitopia. It is 1848 RDK ELC, 99.2 EMT, 2381 TRX, 0448 KBTS, top of Kaliki 2 KBDZT, 992 Kiotrokans. The headlines RDK Rundown, the latest top stories at this hour. Cloud X and GR-Z Esports Match Gamer Battle in progress as its best of 5 in Dozagi of Onitgans 2 at Epic's GR Expo 2026 EY1026 at Elito-Rex Center. Fools sentenced to life after diaper revenge incident kills 3 and severely damaged ECT unmanned watercraft at Alpha River near campus result in 80,000 LEOs in damages. Usher's brother and family sued by family of deceased diaper furry hater for 5 million LEOs after yesterday's Banhammer Blitz that destroyed the vape shop and killed 5, and related incident at cafe shop. Taxican stocks rebounded 40%. This is vape stocks in which plummet 95% pre-open has been given the boot from the stock exchange in Tortita City, with new IPOs debuting in time for market open. 36 hurt after blimp in distress mid-flight made hard landing in an emergency landing during windstorm in Webb Chesterfield. Most of the injuries are minor, but a few personnel were seriously hurt, and the blimp to be out of service for repairs. New Nyasekant VS2500 and Elito-Pide races has been announced earlier this hour, to be held in Altronic City and Elite City on Gamma 14th, March 16th, at Choi 50 and 75, 08, and 14R. Chris K. Cryptor and Smith DSR Cryptor are on assignment. We welcome to viewers of Trex Vision 8 and Breeze Vision 3, plus our 8664 Vision in Xylem Cast.
Savage, the correspondence has mentioned the Alptronic metric millennium, however what is the term of a metric millennium?
I know a standard millennium is 1,000 years. A metric millennium is 1,000 metric years.
Oh, as Zen Z Cryptor mentioned, 1 metric year is 1,000 days, as 1 metric season is 100 days, 10 metric weeks, as a metric century is 100,000 days, and a metric millennium is 1 million days.
Yes, this as I glanced on Zen Z Cryptor's laptop, this as one of his apps.
Yes, this as I glanced on Zen Z Cryptor's laptop, this as one of his apps, showing a Julian day count, close to 2,459,387.5, So in the next 612 days, close to 1 year 8 months 1 week to be 2.46 metric millenniums and 60 metric years on the MJD.
Yes, on Saturday, February 25th, 2023, to be the new metric decade on the modified Julian Day and Julian Day counterparts, as 1 metric decade is 10 metric years.
February 25th, 2023, that's when the proposed date for conventional cars to be banned in Crypto City. Only hybrids and electrics allowed on or after subject date.
Yes, this in effort to tackle global warming and climate change as electrification is key.
Yes, similar measures to take place here in Rio de Blocks by end of 2022. This is I must gonna trade my Macreed's AMG to the upcoming 2022 Farah RS PHEV all-wheel drive sport hot hatch.
However, I am well ahead of the pack with a 2021 Toyota RAV4 Prime plug-in hybrid SUV. However, we must get mind off cars, as we have close to 2 minutes.
Yes, approaching 1958 RDK, 2058 Rio de Blocks.
Approaching 3 minutes. Yipey.
This in behalf of ElitoNews 24 and from the production crew of ElitoNews 24 tonight, and to all the affiliates covering this, I Catherine's Niels wish everyone a splendid new Altronic metric millennium of Nyasekant 1000 ATRCX and those in ElitoYear, a new Quad-China Grand of SEDT 18800. I will be back at 8:05 PM Elite City or whenever news breaks in an event the ATRD-1M bug causes major issues or if it caused a disaster as with the HYL1K bug Doomsday Armageddon in Hextopolia in February 2021 in which destroyed Defiantville with 1 million killed and structures destroyed or to cause severe nuisance even if issue to be minor, although it shouldn't happen as officials state that is not expected, or other stories unrelated to the matter.
Heads up, 1 minute warning, 2059 Rio de Blocks, almost 2100 hours and the Altronic metric millennium.
Correct, Stefan. Into the final tokens, Dino choice, decisions, Mayas, and seconds. 550 tokens to go, toward half key token.
500 tokens to go.
Get your peapods out, fast. This in case car alarms to go off by the fireworks in Rio de Blocks.
Yes, we should get it on hand immediately in case fireworks to go off as we must hush the alarm. We have 30 seconds left on the clock.
Initial. This is unlike when we ushered New Year's Eve in Rio de Blocks back on December 31st, 2020 once we ring in 2021, and fireworks at midnight.
Yes, Arya, it sure was romantic. However, not much time left for this event. A dozen seconds left.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy new Altronic metric millennium. Nyasekant 1000.
Phew, good work, and good timing too.
I received push notification. Car alarm, 2100 hours and 2 seconds. Mode, silent alarm. Engine immobilizer active.
Your car must be a newer type with anti-theft system.
Yes. 2021 Toyota RAV4 Prime. PHEV, SUV.
Yes, those have four-wheel drive, and can go like 60 to 70 kilometers on electric, then switch to HV mode and gets decent fuel economy, about 6 to 7 liters per 100 kilometers. When in HV mode, maybe as low as 5 to 6.
Division Center Headquarters. Following the ball drop. Anyhow, there are no major ATRD-1M bug, however there are a few minor ones but zero reports in Altronic Republic. However, a very minor issue occurred here in Crypto City here at the ElitoNews 24 International Roblox ESL, but it's a display issue that was just now been resolved thanks to some engineers who took action fast, and another of most noted, this in Kanborud City. As there were some minor issues there but turned out a very major nuisance as the fire alarm panels who was made by Tronic Alarm, an Altronic alarm company. The panels, in which was those of older systems, glitched and crashed as it was not ATRD-1M compliant. Set off the fire alarms at many KanborUnions-Livement, including KBMC, Gamr-Telemedia, and KBFC that set off the fire call sirens. This as firefighters has received numerous alarm calls. This as it was coming into our newsroom in the past few moments. This as Canber Alarm. A KanborUnions alarm company urges the customers of the panel in subject, upgrade or replace the fire alarm panels. There was even fireworks going off in RDK in which is after 9 PM over there. This is a message was sent by Zenzi Cryptor from RDK 3000 TriStar Roblox Unit Division as he was visiting Initial's house with Stefan, Dewey, Subert, and Savage. They are watching our coverage as we give a shout out to them. This is we also give shout out to Stefan's sister Arya.
You. Good thing the ATRD1M bug was minor but in KanborUnions City. This glitched the fire alarm system. I just got hold of the fellows at RDK 3000 TriStar KanborUnions Bureau. Their fire alarm panels are okay in no alarm condition. I do have to alter my schedule, rather to head to Altronic City tomorrow, to head to KanborUnions City to talk to Rexax Cryptor as he is now confirmed to be heading back to KanborUnions City. This as I must head to Altronic City a few days later.
Zen, I didn't know you'd be heading outside of Robloxian Federation tomorrow.
Yes, toward KanborUnions City, Kanber Metro, KanborUnions Republic then to Altronic City, Altronic Republic then to Elite City, Federal District, ElitoCosta but must head back to my hometown Cryptor City first for errands before I depart east.
Anyhow, whatever website you just went onto it sure shows some nice cars. As I note the one Stefan drives.
Yes, this as Stefan told me the website address of the photo gallery of the car meet in RDK.
Yes, this is you found the pic of me in my car, with me holding my helmet, the 2020 Mercedes-AMG A45 4Motion S, with my friend with the exact same car but in different color. This is the car meet was held just over the weekend, last Saturday June 19th, 2021, as it gets held every Saturday at 1600 hours to 23:59, also on Fridays from 1300 hours to early morning Saturdays. Now my friend and I do have something for you once you head back to Cryptor City. It's the same car me and my friend drives. This is my international friend from Cryptor City drives it to your house next to your KTM X-Bow in the retro classic late 50s Plymouth.
Really, Stefan? Thank you. This as I have to inform Bogey and the fellows in Cryptor City immediately regarding new car.
Yes, as it's painted the RDK 3000 TriStar theme colors. You may go repaint to a different color if desired plus to customize if you want to. Speaking of cars, Zenzi Cryptor, this as I recall back in 2021, EY1021 in RDK, as RDK back then, I was at the car show on June 19th, 2021 just before the Tronic Metric Millennium in which I had the 2020 Macreed's AMG A45, 4Motion S, in which in later time sold it to friend to get new car at that time, in which my friend gave you the said car, only to sold it to fellow in Elite City in which he sold it to me in which I have the said car once again, alongside my other car. This is friend who's a Tronican native, residing in Elite City. Has got a new car. I challenge him in a race at Zen Speedway last weekend with Trax Rex and Kenka, also Kenka's cousins Haruki and Ichigo, fellow named Mark in the Rex won the race in a close battle.
I do note on it in the past 5 years, Stefan Elitist and Stefan E.S. Cryptor, Elitotina, although you work the half day for today as you take the rest of today and the weekend off as you have since clocked out as with Kenka and Trax Rex. Are you going to challenge friends of your friend Mark Drokaikan, to challenge Mark's friends in the race in your AMG hatch?
Not quite. Trax Rex? No plans, as the three of us to head to Elite City Convention Center for the final weekend of the expo, as I to see the new jet ski and kayak. Yes, as with me, Kenka, Scott Elito-Starkip as I to bring Haruki and Ichigo, also my sister Chimo Elito-Starkip.
Yes, Scott as I Chimo had to take day off work for my birthday. This is I to be treating the Elito-Starkips plus Rex Traction and Stefan Elitostan for dinner at the Japanese restaurant I find next to the convention center in which the Elito-Starkips have not dine out nor take out yet as we to discuss subject in relation to Lunar New Year next month. Anyhow I do note the TV tuned to Vero Television, at the lobby, Scott, Haruki, Ichigo, Rex Traction and Stefan Elitostan. You should conclude the DVR recording of VWGT right away. Auto sensor has been tripped at 1:33 p.m. and 50 seconds. On 10 Grove 10 dozen 10 on the dozenal countdown to event at 2 o'clock recently announced, with further details by 1:45, as I Chimo learn, VWGT episode gets to conclude.
Yes, this blamed on tripled X stupidity at Elito Ritrex Center. Someone displayed porn on the gaming monitor on display in review on VWGT at the booth, at the magic second that set off auto sensor. My cousin Corey tracks Zion told me is with Robert T. They say, the staff noted it, originated from porn website, as the web browser gets closed and person responsible cautioned.
IZenZ Cryptor note, thank God it was not shown on RDK TV. It sets off triangle shield on triangle television and Jinx safety system on Jinx TV, in which cuts to Jinx 24 as Trex Vision 8 and Breeze Vision 3 cuts to Clock Ident.
Whoa. Driver of the Subaru, you must have to move your vehicle. Your vehicle is in electric vehicle charging zone, move it, otherwise refusal result in a ticket by the cops, as you to be fined 240 tronic diamian sickles, being 60 Elitopian Elios and vehicle to be towed and impounded plus impound fee to get the said WRX out of impound lot in Elite City. If so, you have a via trocant, then it gets crushed for good.
Yeesh. I must note I am not into electrics and PHEVs, also hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, however hydrogen ICE vehicles is the one maybe inspired to me the most.
Move it now, otherwise you to deal with the cops to give you ticket in the next.
Fine. I to move it to the spot to the left.
Make that 4 spots to the left, as the area in question is reserved for the R3 Trex Kids crew regarding the owners and / or squad parents of furries in diapers.
Whoa. I do not notice the subject is reserved, as I to move to the said spot where Marcus in his Nissan GT-R is parked adjacent to motorcycle parking, in which he noted motorcycle rider pulling up to talk to him. Sorry.
Thank you.
Thank God, he moved the IC car soon enough. This is the BEV battery of my car is running low, a dozen per grove state of charge, and the low battery warning light is on, as I am down to 9 do dec trinographet. 2 grove 5 do 5 quad quo lengths range this as I to use the DC fast charger to charge it to dec do per grove. The said fine for unauthorized parking at ED station 60 Elios in decimal, 5 do, translating to 1 groven dec do 7 pounds, 3 shilling, 9 pence?
I do note, Dozidopian visitor. This being about 70 kilometros, being 5 dos dec in dozenal, 5 dos, 60 kilometers, and 83.3%, 1A7s at 39, 271 Dozidopian pounds 3 shillings 9 pence. Don't turn off the ignition, I need to see the car gauges. What? Duodecimal and TGM and primal units, also the dozenal unit of frequency on the station on car radio? I do note turn 3 being L, 0 and 7, B07, L gros and 7 to be triquafrequential, 1591 in decimal translating to about 820.92 EIA frequi being 95.01 MHz in common metric system, rounding to 895 and 95.0 on the FM band. You must have been listening to audio radio Silumcast of RDK 3000 TriStar TV service on the radio during the show, VWGT.
Yes, as I was doing a band scan only to find radio station mentioning the gaming convention in Elite City. By the way, I am Steve Dozkip, who's born and residing in Dozen City, Dozitopia. You must be an Alftronic and visitor, right?
Actually my cousin, as he resides in Altronic City, Tronica as he's Mike Tristar, he drives his H2 F-Series electric hatchie from TRDA. Hence the Tron icon plate, as mine having the Elito plate as I am Mark Tristar who was born in Altronic City, Tronica, residing since toward the Tronic Diamond Millennium in Elite City, Federal District, Elitopia.
I do note on your car, I do note being the said car in the image you made as in the image, showcased on news networks this week, in which gets trending on social media. Being the hover car in the futuristic view of Elite City for race at Elito+Xeno aka Tronic Pi Day in the new Nyasekant VS2500 in decimal, and NS25 or 2-1 as we Dozitopians call it, VS1 Mo 5 Grove 4 Do 4, being day 1 Do 4 Mo, 5 Grove 704, Sesimal Weekend Sesimal, Base 6. 31 Arda, NIF 4Z2. NIF 51, 31-152, Sesh 151, in decimal/duodecimal, 2mo4 Grove Eldo 2Z8, 24E2Z8, or 24B2Z8, being 4166.667 in decimal to 3 digits past the decimal, xenimal, and decimal places. However, the said car mentioned shown here have wheels, and I must note, electric or electrified.
Yes, being Hex Week 4166 Day 4, and Metri Week 2500 of Space Age.
I do note it have a charge door in the front left side, as I do note. NACS port? This as I go around the vehicle. This as I note, additional port on other side. Why have 2 ports on this car? I wonder on the battery size and the power and torque of the electric motors. This as I also wonder the charging speed from Do to Deck Do per Grove, as I must check. CCS port? I do recognize the ports, for level 2 and DC fast. This as I do note the third port. This as I wonder on said port, locked. Oh. How do you open it?
Key fob.
What the? Fuel door? Must be PHEV, plug-in hybrid, as I wonder on the engine and transmission too, and if series or parallel hybrid, or power split, as I do note 2 of dual exhausts in the rear, as I do note, gasoline, and CNG, bi-fuel car?
Yes, being 2026 or 120A, Flex Rex, PHEV, as the engine is a 2.0-liter inline-4 with powerful electric motors.
Does the engine propel the wheels as with the electric motors, or is it range extender series hybrid? Anyhow, the car looks sporty with the sport package.
It's a series parallel hybrid, as the engine is twin-turbo supercharged, being electrically assisted as it is paired with 6-speed DCT and ECVT combo transmission. The planetary gear drivetrain is locked when in DCT mode.
4-wheel drive?
Yes. However, have RWD mode.
my god. Oh my. Oh boy.
We have an esports alert as that needs to be addressed swiftly. This is the gamer horn has been blaring to announce.
This is Aerovision. Due to topless female exposing breasts onto cam in front of gaming live streamers obstructed by VWG2N esports alert stings. VWG2N is an emergency intermission as subject on pre-alert to be shown via slides as with potential for programming notices if any involving VWG2N and related show VWG2N extra on Aerorees and Vero plus an explanation of obscene event that yield emergency intermission.
This is TD Alarm Emergency Alert.
This is a demonstration of the TD Alarm public alerting system. If this were an actual emergency, information on hazard and type and instructions to protect property and life would have been presented after the alert tone. In an event of national, tronic diamond or global emergency, phone lines must be kept off limits for optical emergency use only. This station serves Elite City metro area and Federal District.
Welcome back to VWG2N. I am Trixie, Jeremy Rinkzulen, filling in the hosts. They to be reporting at the Epic's Gamer Battle Central for the Simracing match to begin at 7 o'clock p.m. Elite City, as we learn in past several minutes at the triple deck obscene incident that result in mass blitz by the cops. There's the Simracing match that get announced from the folks at GR-Rev, Xenergy, Z-Fuel, and ZGR on the Splix-Blitz 2026, EY1026, KB.P21, KB.SDY1 Grove 2010, TDE 2003, NTS 1001.1. Sim racers to compete in 3-hour event in 8 shifts of 22.5 minutes each in Canberra Futura and Speed Blitz 2026, a huge update from Speed Blitz 2025 in which removes the hidden festive Easter egg to fire at Canberra NYE event. This including the upcoming Happy New Month event of Mabaloza KB.P21 tomorrow at 2 o'clock p.m. Elite City, 79.1 EMT, 1900 TRX Saturday January 31st, 2026 and Treyarch Beta 1st, EY1026, ED030. Speaking of HNM, we must not forget the HNM event for Elito, Beta EY1026 at the top of the hour, tele-countdown on Jinx TV, All ElitoNet, and Elito ATV networks and Triangle Television. Since we can't discuss the virtual storm chasing scenes in Roblox, as we to look forward on virtual storm chasing and tornado scenes in other virtual worlds and games via videos recorded by players, as we to look on other platforms, as we to focus on the following: Minecraft. Gary's mod in Second Life is that we note there are nifty tornado and storm videos from in-game in Minecraft and Gary's mod, including in Gmod from the series Tornado Week, as they mention the add-ons used to bring epic weather in games in Minecraft and Gmod. This as we to spotlight some videos. This as we go to this TV as we showcase the Trice, What the Fizz 3000 TriStar today at 1920. I must have some airtime for VWGT. I am Trice, Max CX Cryptor, Max Crexton from RDK 3000 TriStar. We have to pass you a programming alert to pass to you. Tonight's VWG2N must have to conclude this as the show needs to end as told by RDK TVSP to Vero and Arrow in stern response from DBG and Nyan Media from Doge City and Nyan City and Nyan Dogetopia, even though the feature on Spotlight on Block's storm chasing is cancelled. It's not enough as the TV firm in Bloxia carrying VWGT, via R8664, Vision Viaduct Doge TV6, Cool Television, from Blockstroid, RBF. Ordering the show to conclude for the night in boycott and protest in wake of announcement from Roblox over one of the worst, and we mean worst, updates they have ever made. This being the update where they are planning on removing all classic faces from Roblox. This means that every classic face that has ever been posted on Roblox will be deleted, however they don't know the caveat that it to be actually converted to new form of face. Otherwise in initial form, would possibly costing players hundreds of thousands in value loss, This update was so bad that everyone has publicly criticized and accused video creators for causing it, including Schlep, Rubensim, Green Lego Cats, and even Creekcraft, as they say, in which announced that they would be quitting Roblox if they don't stop these ridiculous, meaningless, and pointless updates. This is Ryan Swift from RDK Doge and RDKnian, who also master R8664 Studios, and Ryo S. Cryptor from RDK Gaia, who also master R8664 Studios, also made stance that the nasty updates is bull. What is even more insane is that after Roblox announced this update, the Roblox social media community started going insane and they started making the most cursed pictures of Roblox CEO in Altverse. This is the Bloxian TV network who carried BWG2N, and BWGT was told by community over this as they take action, even take one step further to tell ETXTM, show's over for the night. VWG2N hosts has been reassigned to cover the Simracing match announced moments ago to begin at top of the hour. The hosts to return tomorrow, as RDK TV Silum cast on Vero is up next to 10 o'clock news.
Kraken, Michael Elitazulitron Lokasukip. Why you became part of different sim racing team?
I and many of the sim racers teammates has made abrupt withdrawal from ER-X over sister team in Combat Esports, GR-X, 1 tournament suspension. This as the mass exodus occurred the following day, Thursday 22nd, over fears ER-X's whole to face similar action. Ends up suspension for the 2026 ERV tournament since 1 week ago, Friday 23rd, for over celebration new EliteYear EY1026 in Legacy Alpha during match against BATP at first day of the expo back on Wednesday 21st. The triple deck blitz redux at Koliki 1, DogeBowl 4 DOS deck, Binal deck DOS deck KBDZT, 0445 and 22 KBTS. 7:45 p.m. and 22 Elite City time ends up 10 topless females exposing breasts to the sim racers for ER-X and esports players of GR-X after 30 topless females expose breasts at T-deck DogeBowl's deck DOS deck Binals on Canberra Spinel countdown to sim racing match at 7:33 p.m. and 50. Led to all 30 going to said males, strip off clothes and forced in sex nude including a few of the ER-X sim racers and few of GR-X esports players led to the police blitz once SE Stars plays confronts one female and went to the officer. The 10 topless females then goes fully nude and strips off clothes via force to GR-X esports players and ER-X sim racers. Ends up karma by Zaylin Relixina as she said they're in violation of Canberra Spinel duodecimal timekeeping in triple deck problem ironically entire roster of GR-X and ER-X2 as they all head to Canberra D City at undisclosed facility as I learn once I am on break for shift 2. They get cursed to death and facility cursed to destruction in implosion in which gets attention to the league as ELG Game Jam and Blitz ERV permabans ER-X and GR-X over the acts. This is in an abundance of caution, related racing, soccer, gridiron football, hockey and basketball teams under same franchise gets folded into Elite City Elitos for hockey, Elite City Heat for basketball, Thunderdogs for EFL who to compete in quarterfinals this weekend, Firestorm for soccer, and Zen Speedway in sudden merger. However a few minutes prior to destruction, fire alarm went off as the facility were evacuated in which being sensor active action as some idiot on motorcycle went to the complex and abused the sensor and fire sprinklers with hairspray and lighter then went out and speed away but gets karma by the cops for speeding ends up additional charges. He was clocked 100 kilometers per hour, 60 kN per choy in a 40 kph, 25 kch zone in a ZEV route on a gas sport motorbike. I became part of trending sim racing team based in Elite City.
This is RDK 3000 TriStar today. I am Chris K. Crypter. Jakur, Chris Kaistar.
And I am Marky Crypter, Marky, Mark ElitoStar, broadcasting live and direct from RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline News Center over at RDK 3000 TriStar Main HQ in Elite City, Federal District, ElitoPia.
We are powered up always on all RDK networks, television, radio, streaming and more. The latest at this hour.
It's your favorite of Soundbox time.
It's Sprunki Soundbox time. We meet into you on every Wednesday at 17 o'clock. Let's our host with Wenda and Greg.
Hey Greg, what happened to our studio? It's incomplete yet to recording. Well, ours has celebrated New Year at new Sprunki Studio Zone.
Oh Wenda, that because our studio be remodeled for new channel replace from Mecha TV, which is the former studio was new replacement for other program. New channel will be Pomni Vision, based of welcome poster for Pomni channel.
Oh right, Pomni Vision. Is she from the Amazing Digital Circus? I won't watch it. It's know that a character for while.
Correct, she is indeed from the Amazing Digital Circus. But we shame to SMG4 owner, Luke, was leave his YouTube channel on before New Year. That will be very good, if he didn't retire for better animation more than the AI sloppy ones.
Yeah, it's missed opportunity for a Super Mario 64 animator. We wish to anyone will be good animators. Because mostly animators are AI sloppy video for benefits views. Which is terrible thing. I hope 2026 will be not so bad as 2025.
Anyway, this week, I and Wenda gonna visit the new Sprunki studio, which studio number 16 of Newsstick Television Production in East KanborUnions City.
That place was recorded from celebration of Happy New Year, which is special episode for this week on our show.
Let's go to studio number 16. Wenda, while in this studio is still construction, possibly finish the studio by 2 to 3 days.
What day is in the next 3 days from now?
I think will be something. Romantic day on Saturday?
Haha! Oh Gray, I don't will be as silly. It's Valentine's Day, the day of love, for the week's episode.
Oh, I got this. It's Valentine's Day. For this episode will be music make a romantic feeling. Wenda?
Correct! That will be a romantic theme music for this week. Actually, we want to do it on Friday 13th too.
Wenda? I don't think you want be another of Jason Voorhees, for reason? I hope don't want see Black made into deadly our game, because he's really dangerous. I seen you did once with the knife attempt kill me.
Oh, I don't worry about this mentioned. That will be alright. Great, it's really happened to me.
Anyway, if you would like to some romance song request via social media.
That's check to Kambor2, TwittyX, Metabook, and TikTok on the official Nutstick group. For supporting our network program, let's begin with the first Valentine song.
The first will be I Will Always Love You by Dolly Parton, with Whitney Houston's re-recorded version. The song about a poignant ballad about ending a romantic or professional relationship with respect and love, rather than anger. It signifies a painful but necessary farewell, acknowledging that while they must part ways, the love and memories will remain.
Tokyo. Good thing the area reopened following incident in past weeks in which wrecked the tuning shop in a fire. Yes, Justin, as the vape ban hammer tax has been lifted but not for items in which made from January 22nd to last Monday, in which before January 22nd and on February 16th afterward, is usual price. However, some discount gets implied on some merchants for Lunar New Year sale, but between 22nd and the 15th is 3 times to at least 10 times, as the manufacturers had enough and angrily told the merchants earlier in the week, take down and destroy products impacted by ban hammer tariff, and only sell items made from February 16th onward. Now I wonder on this card just showing up.
Hey, I am Mark Trickstar. I wonder on the said car, what's under the hood of the said Evo?
I Justin must explain, this being the rebuild of the Evo 7, called the Evolution VII.X back in 2015 to 2016. I used to race this and turned into a racing machine as it was in my dad's garage, so I restored it. I put in a 4B11 turbo engine from the Evo 10.
Evo 7 to 10. I do note, anyhow you should note Toki, Justin, I challenge Yad in a race this weekend, Circuit Blitz, Zen Speedway.
Better watch out for the alternate AWD Drift King. Anyhow, the person who challenged us, who are you?
I am Mike Sprunkip. I am 22 and reside in Elite City, Federal District, Elitopia, was born from Roddy Fico and resided before 2018, just 1 year prior to the haunt purge in which Roddy Fico became what is now as Dividopolis once city gets rebuilt. Have you been there?
Not yet. No wonder your car is appealing. As with Mark's car, this is your car. I do note, bi-fuel gas and CNG, and mild hybrid e-assist with manual, with turbo inline 4. This is for Mark's car being the 2026 Rex. Holy cow. Mark's car is a PHEV, plug-in hybrid. Even though it have a twin-turbo 2.0 inline 4, and powerful electric motors, it may have more power and torque than my Evo VII.X.
This is my car, have 6-speed manual, make that IMT, with sequential mode, same horsepower and torque on a 2.0-liter engine inline 4 being twin-turbo with a supercharger, E-chip and ECU tune. Mike S, I mark note, it produces more horsepower and torque per cylinder compared to the engine. However, no wonder, Mark Trickstar, that is the similar horsepower and torque with the electric motors and the twin-turbo inline 4 on your plug-in hybrid compared to the engine of my car, with a 48-volt mild hybrid setup and small 30 kW 80 Nm electric motor.
Ha! I Marcus note I done a trick to Mike once he drifts around, as his car spins over, no wonder his car almost rammed to some crossover.
Marcus, I am Mark X Cryptor from RDK 3000 TriStar. I do note your acts to Mike S car causing him to spin over, in which almost rammed into my crossover, in which is quite close. Once more and you will face 1 week temp ban from RDK 3000 TriStar and strike. 3 strikes result in permaban. Although each strike expire after 90 days, as that is your only warning. Yes, as I might note, good thing my car remained intact, as you better be careful, as I was also very close to another car parked at the cafe. Yes, as that is my car, the tricks are, I am Mark Crexton. You better be careful next time and watch for other cars.
Well, I do apologize on this. Anyhow, I heard from Justin, Mike S, you challenged him and Tokyo in a race?
Yes, as I am challenging you too, as with my friends including Mark Crexton this weekend, Saturday, February 21st, 2026 and Nilotas Beta 22nd, EY1026, ED051 at 1 o'clock p.m., 75.0 EMT and 1800 TRX. Objection. I Mark X Cryptor, Mark Zarkshaw, EV must work on the said day, as my crossover is not performance orientated, as it's for practical use. I to forward it to my bro Max X Cryptor, Max Zarkshaw, Evo. This is iMarkX Cryptor Note, 1300 hours RDK ELC this Saturday when the friendly race gets held at Zen Speedway, weather is favorable as it to be bright. This is I recall 6 years ago on February 25, 2020 in KBE 215, there was an invasion by the Zon crew who tried to menace Elite City also Xenopolis City in which extends Pride Day on 25th to 26th. This is Xenopolian Independence Day on February 24th, 305th year of the independence. As Pride Day being February 25th is for this year, 2026, EY 1026 to be first year in the modern Elito Kingdom. This is 24-hour Xenopolian news channel, Xeno24 to have new logo and graphics package next Monday, 23rd.
This is it since 1 Groven Hex weeks, 2 KanborUnions Spinalian duodecimal years since the last one regarding the Z-Fuel, Kitek G Jennimesa Siege 2023. EY 1023 in which our team prior to Elite City Rebellion is Elite City Cryptors who took on the former late hosts of VWGT and editors back on Sunday October 8, 2023 or Traridas Kappa 8. EY 1023 as we are going to do the related match today to occur at top of the hour on a Saturday but it won't be called the Jenny.
This is he said, to occur at top of the hour at 1400 RDK ELC, 79.1 EMT, 1900 TRX.
This on Saturday, February 21st, 2026 and Mulot is beta 22nd, EY 1026, ED 051 in the next 25 minutes.
SDY1 Grove 2 DOS deck. Based on fictional character Jenny from my life as a teenage robot in which is not in the Kanbor fictional 7 this is I in the esports team Elite City Rebellion is back in 2023, was as Elite City Cryptors back then, being best of 9 and counter Blitz Striker 2, now for today's match. It to be 9 map series as it to be the Celeb vs Gamers match, this is I challenge the folks of VWGT personnel in the match as we have a treat for those at Vero Television and Aerovision, also Aerobreeze and Vero Plus. This is the esports match gamer battle to be broadcast not only on Elito GR-net also on the Asylumcast on Vero and Aero, as I heard, it to start. Now!
Stand by for a programming alert. This is an RDK 3000 TriStar television service programming alert.
We have a programming alert to pass to you. Tonight, Tim Crexton, captain of esports team of Elite City Rebellion said, ECR has challenged folks of VWGT including the hosts and the editors in esports match gamer battle just 24 Riodas months after the similar event in October 2023, Kappa EY 1023. As per rule as VWGT hosts are unfit to host as Elito GR-net requests GDL2 and Asylumcast on Vero and Aero, this is the episode of VWGT needs to conclude over esports coverage. This in the special Celeb vs Gamers match in special sponsored ZGR and Z-Fuel match to begin at the top of the hour whereas the hosts and editors to compete in esports against Elite City Rebellion and ZGR. Z-Fuel Esports Gamer Battle Neo Siege 2026, EY 1026 to begin at 1400 hours RDK ELC. 79.1 EMT, 1900 TRX.
VWG2N to be pre-emptied for tonight as this is a 9-map series in which due to timing of the match to be a marathon esports match gamer battle. As RDK-TBSP invokes Phase B schedule to be effective for RDK 3000 TriStar television service for the day and evening. As a result, RDK 3000 TriStar today coming up at top of the hour to be extended to a 2-hour newscast, then Trex 8 News 4 o'clock Silumcast at 1600 hours RDK ELC after RDK TSRT Blitz as Trex Vision 8 has also amended programming for today. Coming up next is filler programming toward top of the hour then RDK TSRT Prime.
As stated in the opener, we must remind that sensitive and distressing subjects are disallowed. Due to such acts, we no longer request or include subjective topics after concerns of violence, dangerous acts, and due to respect, as those who request such scenes in question may get rejected or gets unlisted/age restricted. For inquiries concerning this, get in touch with us. If you are new to the channel, do not hesitate to subscribe and click on the bell. Also don't forget to like, favorite, add to your playlists and share. If you have any thoughts on the contents of the video presentation, have your say in the comments section. Those who spam, leave nasty remarks, or objectionable, lewd, abusive, sensitive or distressing or otherwise objectionable content in the comments section will get their comments deleted. Those who continue may get sanctioned. Unless otherwise stated, this is a work of fiction. Story and plot takes place in KBE 224 in main Canberra Galaxy in/or KBE 571 in all everything. Additional credits, follow-up and updates if needed to be in video description area below. External media belongs to respective owners. Date of video render, Monday, March 2nd, 2026, via Nyasekant 2498 6S day, Trayer dies beta 31st, EY1026, ED060. Canber's event content used in this video presentation provided by Canber's event productions, under by KBIP. CR, 2026, EY1026, NTS 1001.1, TDE 2003, TXY26, RYE66, RDZ 4.7, RMY 24.1, KB.P21, KB.SDY12 DEC NIY 401, AEY 1001, EMS 95M, Z136, EMY 374.70, RDK 3000 TriStar Video Studio Productions, a division of RDK 3000 TriStar. All rights reserved. Any utilization/reproduction/distribution of work by RDK 3000 TriStar in part or in whole, unless used in any review or editorial use, without permission is prohibited. The preceding video presentation was a presentation of RDK VSP, an RDK VSP production presentation. CR, 2026, EY1026, RDK VSP. This has been an RDK 3000 TriStar Video Studio production presentation.